Hi, Kerry here from My Cloud Bookkeeping. How often have you heard of a new time-saving app or a tool and thought, I'd love to try it, but I just don't have time? Well, it's kind of horrible times right now where a lot of us are quarantined, self-isolating, so I thought I'd share my top 12 time-saving tech tools. I know when everything's crazy around me, I just like to have a sense of order to build from. So my house is super tidy right now and my books are in order, and really hope that some of these tools are going to help you to bring some order into your life right now. As usual, watch all the way through. There's a checklist down there. It's going to have not only a list of the tools I talk through today, but also links so you can check them all out.
Okay, let's get started. Here are my top 12 time-saving tech tools. Number 1 is Calendly. My number one dislike is the back and forth to find a mutually convenient time to meet. I remember years ago when I still prepared income tax returns, I used to say it took longer to arrange a time than it did to do the work. I also find that my boundaries were more likely to be pushed if I was communicating live with someone. Having a calendar set up where people can find a time that works for them and I can determine the times that I'm available is very powerful. You've likely used this tool if you've scheduled time with any online tech application or customer service. There's an option to create different events that you can allocate different time slots for. For example, I offer free consultations. I could decide that they were only available in the mornings or on Tuesdays. That way I could keep blocked time to be productive and have time available that worked for me for different types of appointments. Number 2 is Text Expander. This is one of those apps I pay for. I love it. Sometimes app overload means that I don't try something when I hear about it. This one I leapt on the minute I found out about it. How it works is you create a shortcut. Then when you type that shortcut, it instantly inserts snippets of text. You can use it for email subject lines, entire emails, or even letters that you often type. I use it for standard response emails to inquiries. I personalize slightly and press send. I also use it for my Calendly links. I'll show you how it works. Isn't that fantastic? The possibilities are endless. I'm including Stripe here, not so much because it's a time-saving app, but because I have it linked to my Calendly. In this way, people are required to pay a deposit before they book a time with me. This is a different calendar link. I have one set up in Canadian dollars and one in US dollars. The beauty of using Stripe to collect those funds is that I can keep my US dollars in US and have them deposited to a separate account. Once again, this is a step that helps with boundaries. I won't work with someone without a deposit, and I have the systems in place to ensure that happens. My Calendly appointment clearly states that 24 hours notice is required to cancel an appointment, and if I don't get that notice, I have the funds in hand. It's such a relief when your systems and tech tools can work to support you. Now, Zapier is a fun little tool that I put off for far too long. It connects a multitude of apps to each other and is surprisingly simple to use. While some apps may require an investment of time to get up and running, using simple zaps just doesn't. Some of the more complicated multi-step zaps do take some trial and error and might require a monthly fee. Until I connected Stripe to QBO to create sales receipts for the deposits that were collected through Calendly, I used the free service. You can see some examples on the applications you connect, and there are many more. Zoom. If you've met with me, you've met with Zoom. I like Zoom best, not only because it's free, but also because it seems to be the easiest online meeting app for people who are not necessarily tech savvy. There's also Skype, Skype for Business, GoToMeeting, and Blue Jeans. I have my Zoom address in the Calendly invitation. There's an automated reminder that's sent out by Calendly, and people know to download it in advance. And if they have any difficulty, they can email me with a phone number to reach them on instead. Screen sharing is also a breeze with Zoom. Either party can share or take control. It also means I can work with people anywhere in the world. I'm still using the free version. The only time it doesn't work is if I have more than 2 of us in the meeting, then I'm limited to 40 minutes. This happens so rarely that I haven't found it worthwhile upgrading to the paid version yet. Now, let's see how all of this fits together to really save some time. I have a fully automated workflow that flows from calendar link to meeting with no action required on my part. I send a link, usually populated from Text Expander. An appointment is booked at a time that works for me. Zapier connects to Stripe so a deposit can be paid. The sales receipt is created in QuickBooks by Zapier. Still perfecting this step, but it's working. Stripe sends the funds directly to the bank account that I select. Calendly sends a reminder with my Zoom link, and I haven't had to do a thing. Fiverr is a great place to outsource small and one-off tasks. I'm not a graphic designer. My Microsoft skills are rudimentary at best, and I don't want to spend time formatting PDF documents. For me, these are the types of tasks that are not good value for my time. I don't have the best tools, and I really don't find it enjoyable. If I need a form, for example, a credit card authorization or a giveaway or checklist for my YouTube channel, I outsource it. The quality can be hit or miss. If I have a new project or cannot connect with someone I've worked with before, I'll often send it to 2 or 3 people at the same time. At a cost of $5 or $6, you have some choices. A lot of people are working in other regions. You can place an order and wake up in the morning with all the work done. And most of the gigs do include revisions. I found this works best for simple administrative tasks that don't require knowledge of your business. I also don't usually provide login information to any of my accounts, like for example YouTube. One exception was when I had a MailChimp template designed. After it was complete, I changed the password. Didn't have any problems, just something to keep in mind. Now, Upwork is a good option for ongoing work. You can set an upper limit and work with the same person repeatedly. I've been working with Oleg in Serbia for over 2 years. He edits my YouTube videos. I think we've both got better over the years. He's probably edited this one that you're watching right now. Now, Canva is a design tool that allows you to edit photographs and logos and upload them to the right format for Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you need. I create my YouTube thumbnails there and also my blog post photos. It reduces the size so they're easier to upload and don't slow down the page as much as the full resolution photos that I directly download from Unsplash and Creative Commons. This is where I go for free stock photos. If you use a lot of photos in your work, it may be worth paying a subscription so you don't have the same photos as everyone else. I found the free version's been fine for me, and I normally remember to give a photo credit, particularly when I use them on LinkedIn. Bitly is another one of those apps I avoided for too long. It couldn't be simpler. It reduces URLs to a little bit. I'll show you how it works. Copy the web address you'd like to reduce, paste it into Bitly, and it creates a very short link that you use instead. So there we go. We'll paste that in. And up pops the link. I use it for links to my newsletter archives, Cubio Pro Advisor page, YouTube download links, and my Rotessa PAD authorizations. And of course, you can include it in Text Expander. That way you don't need to look up the bits or remember them. These tools do work so beautifully together. Now, if you haven't already thought it, eventually you would wonder, how do I remember all the passwords for these different applications? I used to go crazy selecting forget password, resetting password links. My rule is now, if something annoys me, find a better way. Of course, with passwords, security is of the utmost importance. For this one, I did more research than with the other apps, and I personally am satisfied with LastPass, and even more so because it will generate very complex passwords, so it's possibly more secure than me creating them and remembering them myself. For some reason, I'm not comfortable with Chrome remembering my passwords. No reason, I just would prefer them not to. It's also possible to share access to specified sites with a person on your team. For example, my login to Unsplash, Canva, and MailChimp to someone helping with my newsletter. I likely wouldn't give this access to someone on Fiverr. However, as working with a marketing person or my daughter, it's an easy way to manage logins and access. Some other options are 1Password, Bitwarden, Dashlane, and Keeper. And I think as accountants, well, personally, I'm more aware of the implications of a security breach, so do your homework on this one. I found it to be a lifesaver. Now, my last one is line 2. While this may not necessarily be a time saver, I've found having a separate Wi-Fi line for my business helps with boundary setting. It's an app on my cell phone, and I can log out when I don't want to be reached. It has voicemail, you can send and receive texts, so I have all of the functionality of a cell phone, and I don't need a second phone. I'm able to be available whenever I want to be. This has a cost of approximately $100 per year, much less than a second phone. And because it's an 888 number, there are no long distance charges. In fact, when I was volunteering in Nepal, I used this line to continue working, and in conjunction with the tools above, most people didn't even realize I was not in Vancouver.
Hope some of these apps are useful to you, help you automate things, streamline your business, make things more efficient so that when we get back to normal, I hope that's soon, you'll be ready to soar. Most of my clients and subscribers are small businesses, entrepreneurs, If there's anything I can do, I'm working. I'm fortunate. I'm working from home remotely, so I'm available if I can be of assistance. Share information with each other. Write your favorite apps below. Click like. Subscribe to the channel. I'm working on some cash flow tips that might help you. That'll be a little more somber than this one, I'm afraid, but some reality as well. So yeah, good luck everybody, and yeah, let's get through this together. Cheers.